Eskimos and Stampeders Sunday afternoon at Commonwealth Stadium. The forecast isn't too bad right now for this time of year. We may even get some plus temperatures. It'll be windy. It is the prairies and it is November, so we should expect some wind and some cold temperatures. It will be far from the coldest Western final we've ever seen, so weather won't be a factor on the field. And with Blake Dermott, former Eskimo here, who has played in many a Western final and many a chilly Western final.
Yeah, that was 1993 playing in Calgary. And the really weird thing about that was that was the right before the Grey Cup, and it was minus 52, I think they said, with a wind chill. And I was listening to Wally Bono talk about last year about the worst game he's ever played in, and he was the head coach then, and for Calgary, and he brought that game up as well. It was about minus 23, but the snow was coming down almost horizontal, so the wind chill was phenomenal. And there was so much snow on the field that I think halftime was about 30 minutes long because they had to brush the field off, and they didn't get the whole field cleared because all they could do was the lines. So not only was it cold, we were playing in about 2 inches of snow. And then fast forward 6 months later, we're playing in Las Vegas, and it's 119 degrees at kickoff in Fahrenheit. So there was some ridiculous swing of about 170 degrees in between the two games.
Like we said, we won't have that kind of extreme cold to deal with this weekend. But when it does get cold, and even when it gets chilly, everybody's got their own way of coping with it, right?
Yeah.
Some players don't like it. They got the jackets and they're huddled around the heater. Some guys, I know Matt O'Donnell has not worn sleeves or long pants at practice all year, and this week in these temperatures continues to go that way, and we'll see him that way on Sunday.
Well, I know Lucius Floyd was our running back then, and he played the whole game without anything on his arms because he said he had to be able to feel the ball. But he got frostbite in that game, and that was a game that Doug Flutie, the heaters went. Larry Ruck's helmet caught on fire on the sideline as he was trying to warm up his helmet, and then our heater actually froze up so that they had to shut Calgary's heaters off. And you might remember in that game, I think it was Doug Flutie had to come out of the game like third and goal near the end of the game because his hands were too cold to grip the ball. So it was certainly something that you adapt to. But you know, we had to do little tricks too, like we were talking about. We were spraying water on our shoulder pads because it would freeze solid, and then the defensive lineman couldn't grab us to be able to pass rush on us. And the only problem with that was with the freezing water was when you went in at halftime, you thawed, then you became soaking wet. And I do remember Coach Bill McDermott was our offensive line coach. He 3-tooked it that day. It was so cold. Yeah, a toque, and then another toque over top of it.
You got to keep your head warm. My mom always said, if your head's warm, the rest of you will stay warm. You've got a story you've told me before about going out in sleeves for a game, starting a game without sleeves, but finishing a game with sleeves.
Yeah, that was in 1985. Playing here, last game of the season against Saskatchewan, was about minus 20, and came out like the young guy, not gonna like Matt O'Donnell doesn't like wearing sleeves, and I came out with no sleeves on, and I was playing. I had moved to left tackle, and Nick Hebler was. Played in the league for about 10 years, defensive end for Saskatchewan at the time. And the first play of the game, as I walked up to the line of scrimmage, he looked at me and said, "How are your arms, hero?" and I went, freezing. And so for the whole first half, all he did was slap my arms. He didn't even try to pass rush because they couldn't make the playoffs. And I came out at halftime wearing sleeves, and he goes, "How the arms now, hero?" And I did a lot better.
Much better. We won't have those conditions to deal with. You're going to have to dress warm on Sunday, but you won't have to triple toque it in the stands at Commonwealth Stadium Sunday for the Eskimos and the Calgary Stampeders. Blake, you'll be in here with us. We got a heater up there that we might turn on Sunday afternoon if it gets cold enough. Enjoy the Western final, everybody, the Eskimos and the Stampeders.